Welcome back to dailycryptotalk.com for our daily deep dive into the crypto market.
Yeah.
Today is November 22nd, 2024. Don't forget to hit that notification bell down in the corner so you don't miss any of our sessions.
For sure.
We have got some interesting movement happening today.
Absolutely.
Let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's start with Bitcoin.
Okay.
It's sitting at a cool $98,825.
Wow.
That's a 1.72% increase over the last 24 hours. And its dominance over the market is holding strong at 61.44%.
So Bitcoin is still king, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it.
What does this dominance mean for those of us looking to make some strategic moves?
Well, you see, when Bitcoin's dominance is this high, it often indicates that investors are a bit more cautious and are sticking with what they perceive as the safest bet. That can sometimes make the altcoin market seem a bit sluggish in comparison.
Okay, so it's like everyone's holding their breath waiting to see what Bitcoin does next.
Yeah, precisely. But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
This period of Bitcoin dominance could be a great opportunity to do your research and build a diverse altcoin portfolio. Think of it as planting seeds while the sun's not too intense. They might just sprout when Bitcoin dominance starts to ease up. And investors become a little bit more adventurous.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so smart investors aren't just watching Bitcoin right now. They're using this time to explore other opportunities. That's a great insight. And speaking of opportunities, Ethereum's been making some noise lately.
Absolutely.
It's up over 8% and trading at $3,377.
Yes, Ethereum is definitely showing some strength. It's been battling to break through that $3,500 resistance level, which acts like a ceiling for the price. If it can manage to break through that barrier, it could signal a significant upward trend.
So if Ethereum manages to power through that $3,500, would you say it's a good time to buy?
It's certainly a point where we'd see a lot of traders jumping in, which could push the price up even further. Keep a close eye on it. We'll definitely be discussing it in detail in our next session. So make sure you hit that bell icon to get the alert.
Got it. Notifications on. Now let's talk about a coin that's already broken through some major barriers. XRP.
Oh, yeah.
It's doubled in value in just the last week.
I know, right?
And hit a 3-year high of $1.41. That's incredible.
XRP is on fire right now. Some analysts are even predicting it could reach $1.53 by the end of the month.
Wow. So is it too late to get in on this action?
Well, that depends on your risk tolerance and investment strategy. If you're looking for quick gains, you might consider taking some profits if it hits $1.30. But if you're in it for the long haul, holding might be the way to go.
Okay, so short-term traders might want to consider selling around $1.30, while long-term investors could hold and see where it goes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, what about Solana? It seems like it's been riding a similar wave to XRP. It's currently at $259, up almost 9% in the last 24 hours.
Solana is definitely showing strong momentum. It's another one to watch closely. If it approaches $300, it might be a good time for short-term traders to consider selling. But again, long-term investors might choose to ride it out.
Interesting. So similar advice for Solana as for XRP, at least for those looking for short-term gains.
Likely.
Now, before we move on to some other exciting developments, I have to ask about the elephant, or should I say the meme, in the room. PP coin.
Oh, PPP.
Could it actually hit $0.01?
Well, meme coins are always a bit of a wild card. It's impossible to predict their movements with any certainty. But the PPE community is incredibly enthusiastic, and that energy can sometimes translate into price surges.
Yeah, the PP community is definitely a force to be reckoned with. It's almost like they can will the price up with their memes and social media activity. But seriously, any advice for those tempted to jump into the PPE frenzy?
Just remember, meme coins are highly speculative. If you're considering investing, only invest what you can afford to lose. Don't get caught up in the hype and make impulsive decisions.
Solid advice. Now, before we dive deeper into specific coins and trends, let's talk about a couple of important warnings for our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying safe and informed is crucial in this market. Let's start with staking. While staking can be a great way to earn passive income, you need to be cautious, especially during a bull run like we're seeing now.
What's the downside of staking in a bull market? It seems like a good thing, right?
Well, when you stake your tokens, you're locking them up for a specific period. That means you could miss out on the opportunity to sell at a higher price if the market keeps going up.
Ah, I see. It's like missing the boat because you're already anchored somewhere else.
Exactly. You need to weigh the potential rewards of staking against the potential of missing out on bigger gains by selling at the right moment.
That's a really important point. Okay, so another warning you wanted to discuss is about P2P trading.
Yes, peer-to-peer trading can be risky, especially during times of high market activity. Scammers often try to take advantage of the situation. Always stick to reputable buyers with a lot of positive feedback.
So do your homework, check those reviews, and don't rush into any P2P trades.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Trust your instincts, and don't be afraid to walk away from a deal if you have any doubts.
Great advice. It's all about managing risk and protecting yourself. Now, we've covered a lot of ground already, but there's so much more to discuss. Stick with us, because in our next segment, we'll be diving deeper into some of the most interesting trends and news stories shaping the crypto market today. And don't forget to hit that notification bell down in the corner so you never miss a session.
Definitely.
Take control of your crypto journey with Binance, the platform trusted by millions. Trade over 350 coins with low fees and powerful tools for every skill level. Ready to get started? Hit the link on this page and join Binance today.
Welcome back to part 2 of our deep dive into the crypto market.
Okay.
Let's shift our focus to some of the most interesting news and events impacting the market today.
Sounds good to me. I was just reading about some developments with Ethereum spot ETFs. It seems they've been experiencing outflows even though the market is generally trending upward.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
You're right. That is a bit of a head-scratcher at first glance. It's important to remember that ETF flows don't always perfectly reflect overall market sentiment.
Okay.
They can be influenced by a lot of factors, like arbitrage opportunities and investors rebalancing their portfolios.
So should Ethereum holders be worried about these outflows?
Not necessarily. While it's something to keep an eye on, it's not necessarily a red flag. We need to consider other indicators and the broader market context before jumping to any conclusions.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what other news should we be paying attention to today?
Well, there's been a significant crackdown on cybercrime, which is always good news.
Yeah.
The U.S. Department of Justice just shut down a major cybercrime marketplace called Popeye Tools.
That's definitely a win for the good guys. It shows that law enforcement is taking crypto crime seriously.
Absolutely. And on the regulatory front, there's some interesting news coming out of Hong Kong.
Okay.
It seems wealth managers there are warming up to the idea of virtual assets.
So even with all the talk about risk and volatility, institutional interest in crypto is growing.
It definitely seems that way. As regulations become clearer and more standardized, we can expect even more institutional adoption in the future. This could be a major catalyst for mainstream acceptance and growth.
It's definitely an evolving landscape. Now, let's get back to some specific coins. Ethereum just blasted past $3,400, hitting almost a 10% gain in the last 24 hours.
Wow.
Is this the breakout we've been waiting for?
It's certainly looking promising. If it can maintain this momentum and break through that $3,500 resistance level we discussed earlier, we could see a significant upward move.
So things are heating up in the Ethereum world.
Yeah.
But while some coins are surging, there's also news that Bitcoin price movements could trigger a wave of liquidations. What's the story there?
Large price swings in Bitcoin, either up or down, can lead to what are called liquidations. Essentially, if the price moves too quickly against a trader's leveraged position, their position is automatically closed to prevent further losses.
So if Bitcoin suddenly jumps above $100,000, we could see a lot of short positions getting liquidated.
Right.
Which could push the price up even further.
Exactly. It's like a domino effect. On the flip side, if Bitcoin drops below $97,000, we could see long positions getting liquidated, which could accelerate a downward move.
That makes sense. It's all about understanding how these market dynamics work. Now, let's switch gears for a moment and talk about MicroStrategy. They're well known for their massive Bitcoin holdings, and we're getting some insights into who their top debt holders are.
Yes. It turns out that Vanguard Group and BlackRock, two of the biggest asset managers in the world, are among MicroStrategy's leading debt holders.
Wow, that's interesting. So even traditional financial giants are indirectly exposed to the crypto market. Through their holdings in companies like MicroStrategy.
It's another sign that crypto is becoming increasingly integrated into the mainstream financial system. We're seeing more and more connections between the traditional and crypto worlds.
Speaking of connections, there's a new malware threat targeting crypto users that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
It seems an old malware called Meetin has rebranded itself as Metio.
Right.
And is disguised as a legitimate application.
Yes. This is a reminder that security is paramount in the crypto world. Cyber criminals are constantly evolving their tactics.
Yeah.
So we need to be extra vigilant.
What can our listeners do to protect themselves from these threats?
Always be cautious about downloading software or clicking on links, especially from unknown sources.
Why?
Make sure your antivirus software is up to date, and be wary of any unsolicited messages or emails that seem suspicious.
Great advice. Stay safe out there, everyone. Now let's move on to stablecoins. USDT in particular has been making headlines with its massive trading volume.
You're right. The daily trading volume of USDT actually surpasses both Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Wow. That's pretty remarkable. Why do you think stablecoins are gaining so much traction?
Well, they offer a level of stability that's appealing to many traders and investors, especially in a market as volatile as crypto.
Yeah.
They're often used for trading arbitrage and as a way to hedge against price fluctuations.
Makes sense. Now, let's shift our attention to some political news that could have a big impact on the crypto landscape.
Okay.
It seems President-elect Trump is already making moves related to crypto regulation.
Yes, there are reports that he's considering appointing Kevin Warsh, who is known to be pro-crypto, to a key economic role in his administration.
That could be a game changer for the crypto industry in the U.S. Trump has shown support for crypto innovation in the past, and this appointment could signal a more favorable regulatory environment.
It's definitely something we'll be watching closely. Regulatory clarity is crucial for the long-term growth and adoption of crypto, so any developments on that front are significant.
Now let's get back to the markets. Bitcoin just surged past $99,000, marking a 4.29% increase in the last 24 hours.
Whoa.
We're getting closer and closer to that $100,000 milestone.
The momentum is undeniable and the excitement is building.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone is on the edge of their seats waiting to see if Bitcoin can finally break through that psychological barrier.
It's definitely a nail-biter. And while Bitcoin is stealing the show, Solana is quietly making its own moves, hitting a new all-time high.
Solana has been on a tear lately, and this latest price surge is a testament to its growing popularity and adoption. Its high transaction speeds and scalability are making it a favorite among developers and users alike.
It seems like there's always something exciting happening in the crypto world.
Yeah.
But not all the news is positive.
Right.
There's some uncertainty surrounding RMIT's Blockchain Innovation Hub in Australia.
Unfortunately, there are reports that the university might shut down the hub due to funding challenges.
That's a real shame. Academic research and innovation are essential for the long-term health of the blockchain industry. Hopefully they'll find a way to keep it going.
Agreed. Now let's check in on market sentiment. The cryptocurrency Fear and Greed Index is currently at an all-time high of 94.
Wow.
Indicating extreme greed.
That's a level we haven't seen before. What does this tell us about the current market conditions?
While it's exciting to see such bullish sentiment, it's also important to be cautious. Extreme greed can sometimes be a sign that the market is getting overheated and could be due for a correction.
So maybe a reminder to temper those expectations and not get carried away by the hype.
Exactly. It's always a good idea to manage your risk and not overextend yourself. Now let's talk about a sector that's been performing exceptionally well. PayFi.
What exactly is PayFi? I'm not as familiar with that term.
PayFi refers to cryptocurrencies and platforms focused on payments and financial transactions. Coins like Ripple, XRP, and Stellar XLM are major players in this space.
Interesting. Both of those coins have faced regulatory hurdles in the past, but they seem to be gaining momentum. Now, do you think this recent rally could be a sign that things are changing?
It's possible if regulatory concerns are addressed. We could see even more growth and adoption in the PayFi sector. It's definitely a space to watch.
All right, let's lighten things up a bit. Tron founder Justin Sun recently made a rather unique offer to Elon Musk.
Yes, he offered to donate a banana artwork to Musk, suggesting that it be attached to a SpaceX rocket and sent to Mars or the moon.
That's certainly a creative way to promote crypto and art.
It's just another example of the out-of-the-box thinking and innovation we see in the crypto world.
Now, before we wrap up this segment, let's talk about a potential challenge facing blockchain development. AI-generated code.
There have been reports of security vulnerabilities in code generated by AI tools like ChatGPT. While AI can be a powerful tool for developers, It's important to use it responsibly and to thoroughly review any code before implementing it.
So even with all the advancements in technology, we still need that human oversight to ensure security and reliability.
Absolutely. Now, here's some news that's relevant to anyone involved in the financial industry. FINR, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, has updated its website to include a new section on crypto assets.
That's a significant step. It shows that mainstream financial institutions are taking crypto seriously and are working to provide guidance and resources to their members.
It's a positive sign for the industry as a whole.
Oh.
Now, let's take a quick look at the options market.
All right.
There's a lot of activity surrounding Bitcoin and Ethereum options expiring today.
What does that mean for the average investor?
Options expiry events can often lead to increased volatility in the market.
Okay.
As traders adjust their positions, it's something to be aware of if you're actively trading.
So buckle up, things could get a bit bumpy today.
Exactly. Now let's wrap things up with some news about MicroStrategy. They've just completed a $3 billion convertible note offering.
That's a bold move. What's the significance of this for MicroStrategy and for Bitcoin?
This offering allows MicroStrategy to raise capital that they can then use to further invest in Bitcoin. It shows their continued commitment to their Bitcoin strategy.
So they're doubling down on their bet on Bitcoin. Well, folks, that's a wrap for this segment of our Crypto Deep Dive. But there's more to come. In our final segment, we'll be discussing meme coins, scam staking, and some key factors to consider when evaluating crypto projects. Don't miss it. And as always, be sure to hit that bell icon in the lower right corner to get those push notifications so you never miss a session.
Tired of guessing the market moves? Switch to TradingView, the go-to platform for traders. With advanced charting tools, alerts, and a strong community of traders sharing insights, you'll always stay ahead. Join TradingView for free now. Click the link on this page and trade like a pro.
Welcome back to the final part of our Crypto Deep Dive. We've covered a lot of ground today, but before we wrap up, let's talk about meme coins, scams, staking, and some key factors to consider when evaluating crypto projects.
Sounds like a plan. Let's dive in.
Okay, so meme coins. They're the Wild West of the crypto world, and PP coin is the latest sheriff in town.
Right.
Could this meme coin actually reach $D1? Yeah. What are the chances?
Well, predicting the price movements of meme coins is notoriously difficult.
Right.
They're driven primarily by social media, hype, and community sentiment, which can be, unpredictable.
Yeah.
However, PP coin's recent price surges and the sheer enthusiasm of its community suggest that it's a force to be reckoned with.
So it's not entirely out of the question.
Anything is possible in the crypto world, especially when it comes to meme coins.
Right.
They can experience explosive growth in a short period, but remember, they're also highly speculative and volatile.
That's a good point. So any advice for those who might be tempted to jump on the PPE bandwagon?
Yeah, if you're considering investing in any meme coin, only invest what you can afford to lose.
Okay.
Don't let the fear of missing out or FOMO drive your decisions.
Right.
Do your research, understand the risks, and be prepared for a wild ride.
Great advice. Now let's shift gears and talk about something a little less exciting.
Okay.
But equally important, staying safe from scams.
Yeah. Unfortunately, scams are all too common in the crypto space.
Right.
Scammers are constantly evolving their tactics.
Yeah.
So we need to be extra vigilant and aware of the red flags.
Absolutely. So what are some of the most common scams targeting crypto investors right now?
Well, one of the most prevalent scams is targeting peer-to-peer or P2P transactions.
Okay.
Scammers exploit the anonymity and trust often associated with P2P platforms to defraud unsuspecting users.
So how can our listeners protect themselves from these P2P scams?
Well, first, always trade with reputable buyers who have a proven track record on the platform.
Okay.
Look for buyers with a large number of completed orders and a high completion rate.
Okay, so reputation is key. What else should we be looking out for?
Second, carefully read the buyer's terms and conditions before proceeding with any transaction.
Okay.
Be wary of any vague or suspicious clauses.
Right.
If something seems off, it probably is.
It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
What about reviews?
Yeah.
Do they play a role in identifying potentially risky buyers?
Absolutely. Pay close attention to the buyer's reviews. Look for any negative feedback or mentions of scams or suspicious behavior. If you see any red flags, it's best to steer clear.
Solid advice. It's all about doing your due diligence.
Right.
And trusting your instincts.
Exactly. And if you're ever unsure about a buyer or a transaction, don't hesitate to contact the P2P platform's customer support for assistance.
Great point. Customer support can be a valuable resource in these situations. Now let's move on to staking.
Okay.
It's a popular way to earn passive income with crypto. But it's not without its risks, especially in a bull market like we're seeing now.
That's right. While staking can be a rewarding strategy, it's essential to weigh the potential benefits against the potential downsides.
So what are some of the risks associated with staking during a bull run?
Well, one of the biggest risks is opportunity cost. When you stake your tokens, you're locking them up for a specific period. This means you could miss out on potential gains if the market suddenly surges while your tokens are staked.
I see. You don't want to be stuck on the sidelines as the price of your favorite coin skyrockets.
Exactly. And another risk to consider is price volatility. If the market experiences a sudden correction while your tokens are staked, you might be forced to unstake at a lower price, resulting in a loss.
So timing and market conditions are crucial factors to consider when staking.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember that staking rewards are not guaranteed.
They
can fluctuate depending on various factors, such as the number of stakers and the overall market conditions.
Great points. So before staking, it's crucial to do your research, understand the risks involved, and choose a reputable staking platform.
Excellent advice. Now, before we wrap up, let's address one final question. That's on the minds of many crypto investors. How to identify promising projects in a sea of thousands of cryptocurrencies?
It can be overwhelming, for sure. What are some key factors to consider when evaluating a crypto project?
Here are a few things to look for. First, assess the project's team and their experience. A strong and reputable team is essential for a project's success.
That makes sense. A solid team with a proven track record can give you more confidence in a project. What else?
Second, examine the project's white paper and roadmap. A well-defined white paper should clearly outline the project's goals, technology, and tokenomics. A clear roadmap should provide a timeline for development milestones.
So transparency and a well-defined vision are important. Anything else?
Third, consider the project's community and its level of engagement. A strong and active community can indicate a project's potential for growth and adoption.
Yeah, those are all excellent points. It's all about doing your homework and making informed decisions.
Absolutely. And remember, the crypto market is constantly evolving. Stay informed, be cautious, and never stop learning.
Great advice. Well, folks, that concludes our crypto deep dive for today. We've covered a lot of ground, from Bitcoin's dominance to meme coin mania, from regulatory developments to scams and security tips.
It's been a wild ride, as always, in the crypto world.
And don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow with another deep dive into the latest crypto trends and news. Make sure you hit that bell icon in the lower right corner so you never miss a session.
Until next time, happy investing.